Hello there guys, how's it going? I hope you're all having a good day so far. Today, there's a lot of side stuff that I would like to take care of. At some point today, I'll be visiting both Greenpath and the Fungal Wastes and taking care of things there that I can do with the various upgrades that I've collected since I was last there. But the main agenda for today is going to be awakening the first of the three Dreamers. The one that I'm going for is the one in Fog Canyon, because it's the easiest of the three. It's the earliest one you can realistically get access to. And, you know, it doesn't take that long to get there. Just 1 second. I'm just going to play around with my webcam a little bit. It was looking a little bit off. To be honest, it still is. I mean, I've never been satisfied with this webcam, really. My head's a bit too big for the frame. Can't really do anything about that, though. Okay, right. I have 1,500 Geo. Let's see what I can buy. Do I actually need either of those? That is a good question. No and no. Okay, I will save my money there. I have a feeling that I looked in the shops last time and realised that I had nothing to actually spend my money on, so I'm probably just wasting time here. But it has been a little while since I last streamed. Just because, you know, I was off the weekend just gone. Wednesday I did Subnautica. So it's been about a week and a half since I played Hollow Knight. There we go. That's a bit... Oh, God, that's like completely skew with now. I should have sorted this before stream, but I just didn't really think to check it. You know what? I'll just buy all of these. Why not? I know where all the warriors' graves are anyway, but might as well put them on the map. Same with the vendors. And then more markers can't hurt. I have actually been using them for little things. Okay, right. Since I'm going to Fog Canyon, I basically have to go to Greenpath anyway to get there. So I might as well go there first and do the things there that I'd like to take care of. Because there's quite a bit that I can do here now. I might basically be able to clear out the area. I don't think there's anything here that needs too late of an upgrade. Just trying to think. Yeah, so I think, just for OCD's sake, I'm going to go and fill out this spot on the map. I don't think there's anything there. Before that, though, I'm going to head to the Lake of Un, because there is definitely something there that I can do now. Then I want to come and grab that. I believe that's a Hallownest seal. It's not that important, but I like to grab them, especially since I've spotted it and marked it. I would like to go over here, because there's something pretty important here. Then down to the Stone Sanctuary, because, again, something pretty important in there. And then there's a few bits over this way. I don't think I can go all the way this way yet, because it connects to an area I've not been to yet. But might as well clear out what I can there while I'm here. So, okay. Up towards Hornet's Arena first, then. Let's take a quick look at my charms. Oh, I was showing off Sprint Master. Okay, so yeah. You run fast. That's basically what Sprint Master does. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Heavy Blow. I don't think I've actually shown that off yet, so I might as well leave this set up for now. Heavy Blow, I'm not too big a fan of. I feel like the extra knockback just slows down fights because you're pushing the enemy away from you. I think there's a few niche cases where it's useful. Might actually be one of them coming up. I don't really need to worry about dashing properly here now because I can swim in the acid. Ain't that nice? Right, let's knock back. There we go. The one useful thing is to use your knockback to knock that guy down. So, these things are technically enemies. I believe when I was first trying to 100% the game, they were the one enemy that I missed for my Hunter's Journal. Make sure you kill them. They're harmless, it feels mean, but you've got to do it. Anyway. This place is all overgrown and disgusting. This place has some interesting development history to it. It appears in one of the earlier trailers for the game, and the entire area was completely submerged in acid. And it looked like that there was some kind of swimming mechanic, but unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on your point of view, that has been completely cut. It no longer exists in the game. I don't really mind it being gone. I think it would have just overcomplicated things a bit. Probably wouldn't have felt as good as a regular platforming. Got a big old lake down here. And there's a guy in it. A big old slug. This is Uumuu. He is one of the so-called greater beings of Hallownest. Not really going to get into what greater beings are too much right now, because that's, like, really deep lore stuff. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to touch on it at all over the course of this series. I might just leave that for the lore videos that I'll be linking when I'm done. Anyway, Uumuu is important because he gives you a charm, the shape of Uumuu. This one is a really interesting one, and I know a lot of people that do really like it. It's not one I tend to use a lot, but that's not because it's bad. That's just because it just doesn't tend to fit the playstyle I go for. Hey, Sam, welcome on in. How are you doing today? I am doing very, very well, thank you. I am very excited about tomorrow. Obviously, a big day. Switch 2 is almost upon us. But in the meantime, I am excited to play Hollow Knight, and I'm interested because rumours have once again been circling that we're getting a Silksong release date announcement this week on Friday. I will believe it when I see it, but, you know, as much as I believe it's not going to happen, I do find following these rumours interesting because, you know, one of these days, maybe it'll be true. Maybe it will be true. Right, now that that is collected, I believe I'm going to head, over to the right. Because I want to fill out that room on the map purely for completion's sake. Don't really need to do that, but OCD is a thing. What are you going to do about it? Okay, so I'm underneath Hornet's Arena at the moment. But yeah, how are you doing today, Sam? I hope you're having a good day so far. So, down here, I believe. Can't complain. Nice. That's what I like to hear. So I'm not sure how far I'm going to get today. I have 2 areas lined up for this sort of completionist sweep, which won't take as long as initially going through them. So that might be the equivalent to 1 area. And then Fog Canyon itself is a pretty short area, so I might be able to even go beyond that today. I'm not too bothered if I don't, though. Fog Canyon is really sort of the last place I would like to really get to today on stream. But if I can go further, you know, it's always nice. You know, I don't really want to rush this game. It's a fairly long game anyway, so might as well just own the longness. Just let it be as long as it takes. I can't remember if there's actually anything in this room, or if it's just here for sequence breaking. There's a moss charger, don't really care about him. Honestly, I think this is purely for sequence breaking. So this ledge here is where Hornet first stands when you enter Greenpath for the first time, and then she'll run off that way and go towards her boss arena. It's actually possible to get up here that early on in the game. What you can do is actually lure an enemy over and then pogo up. Or there's a very slight delay when you use Vengeful Spirit before you fall. It is possible to spam it fast enough that you basically levitate yourself over onto the ledge. I have tried to do that to no success. I've found a lot more success with the pogo method. It's still a little bit tricky because these guys are quite difficult to maneuver, but it is possible, and it's quite satisfying when you do it. But I love that they added that room purely to allow you to sequence break. Like, there's literally no other reason for it to be there. Right, I would actually like to go back to the stag station. And then go down that way, because I don't believe I've shown off that path yet. And I think there are a couple of little bits I can get by going that way. Plus, it takes me right to where I'm going next, so kind of just works out really well. Right, you get out of here. Okay, I think there's a lot of Fool Eaters in this room, if I remember correctly. And I'm sticking to my promise. If I get hit by one, you're allowed to call me a fool. There's one. Yeah, there's some money there. Whoa, hello. Yeah, you're in a pretty awkward place, aren't you? Oh, was there not one there? Could have sworn that there would be. It seems like the kind of place there'd be. You know, you get lured in by treasure and then it's a trap. That's usually where they are. Let's get rid of you. Kind of looks like there might be a little nook there, maybe not. Oh, that was close. I panicked. I thought you were closer to me than you were and then nearly got hit by you because I panicked. I see you. I saw you before you even rose. There we go. And you as well. See, once you know what you're looking for, they are quite easy to spot. But for a first-time player, they do kind of blend into the background, which is the point. I got hit by those guys so many times on my first playthrough. Okay, right, over this way then. My hands are already really sweaty and they're about to get a lot sweatier. Because we've got a pretty intense platforming section ahead of us here. Alright, let's get high up here. There we go. Okay, this is going to take some timing. Oh god, that one is that is a tricky drop there. You basically got to drop at just the right angle so that you don't hit the spikes above you, but then you get across to actually hit the wall. There we go, like that. Okay, can I just... I feel like I shouldn't be able to crystal dash here. Because there's no apparent obstacle to crystal dashing. So if I can just crystal dash, why are those guys down there? Yep, there we go. Thought there'd be something like that. Oh! Okay. Thankfully, the hit stop you get there actually helps quite a bit. Boom, nice. Okay, right. Okay, I'll save going that way until I've actually got what's here. I don't want to risk dying. That would be a really stupid way to die after having gotten through the hard bit. Rancid egg here. Nice. Ooh. And there we go, a bench. Nice. Right, okay, I'm going to swap around my charms. I'm done with those two. I think I'm going to keep Mark of Pride, and then I'm going to go Shape of Un. And then what else can I put with Shape of Un? What's a quick... Oh, I don't believe I've shown off Joni's Blessing yet, actually. I'll need to make sure I show that off. Would that work with Shape of Un? Actually, no, they definitely wouldn't go together. They kind of contradict each other. I'm going to go Grub Song, just to get some extra soul. Okay, so this place might look slightly familiar. We saw a building very similar to this last time. There's another Nail Master. This is Shio, the second of the Nail Masters. A visitor. Why have you crept in here, little grub? Perhaps like me, you have a taste for discovering new things. I am Shio, and in a previous life I was a Nail Master. Yes, the only thing that drove me was becoming stronger and honing my skills with a nail. I imagined it was my one calling in life, but that feeling faded over time. Now I seek a new calling, something that speaks to my soul and compels me forward. That's why I spend my time here, secluded, trying to master the art of creation. Painting, sculpting, these things bring a different kind of pleasure. You don't seem very moved by what I've said. Was it Shio the Nail Master you were looking for? Did you come to learn a nail art? I'll teach you, if you insist. Yeah, let's learn it. I love that he teaches you by painting it, rather than just showing you how to do it. Anyway, mastered the Great Slash. Hold Y to concentrate energy into the nail. Release the button without holding up or down to perform the Great Slash. So, this is the most basic of the nail arts, but I would say it's also the most reliable. It's just a single big hit. There's no gimmicks to it. There's no real danger to it. It just does a nice load of damage. The only real commitment you've got to do is the commitment to charging it. So, my work. Does it move you? The wielding of a nail, the wielding of a brush. These things are not so different. We cut into the world so that we can peer deeper inside. For now, though, I have nothing more to teach you. Your path forwards, only you can see it. Good luck. So yeah, this is the nail art that I tend to use the most. Just because it's very easy to like quickly jump up and let it off. Don't have to worry about positioning yourself like with a Cyclone Slash. Let me teach you a new technique. Just hit them harder. I mean, yeah, basically. Right, so let's get out of here then. Oh, that was close. Nearly fell into that pit. Right, well, I don't need to go back the way I came, because I can go up this way instead. And there might be something hidden along here, I can't remember. It might just be purely a shortcut. I think it might just be purely a shortcut. Yeah, it's purely a shortcut. Hey, Blunter, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day so far. Are you hyped for tomorrow? Or have you decided not to purchase one? Right, okay, next room over. There is a marker that I've left. I believe that's a Hallownest seal, which I would still like to grab, even though it's not worth that much. Every little bit of money helps. There is lots of things to spend on. And now it's easy to get because I can swim in the acid. Oh no, it's a Hallownest... No, wait. No, that is what I said. I thought I was saying Wanderer's Journal. That's what I meant to be saying. But I guess I was unintentionally right. Anyway, Shape of Un allows you to move like a little slug while you're healing. It's quite a simple charm. And it takes away the risk of healing, really. I mean, it's not completely risk-free because you're still quite a bit slower than you would be when you move regularly. I believe if you pair it with, I think... Actually, do I have the charm that you pair it with? No. There is a charm that you can pair it with that will increase your speed while you're healing like that, and I don't believe it's Sprint Master. It's one that I don't think I've got yet. So yeah, it's not one that I tend to use all that much because it takes up a lot of slots and I'd rather have more offensive charms. But it's a very nice one. I completely get why people like it. Right, let's remove you. For the switch, you'll probably wait on it. Fair enough, Blunter, fair enough. Ooh. I like these guys, they're fun. Okay, right, down here then. Because over on the right is Stone Sanctuary. Wait, no. No, it's a bench first, but I will take the bench while I'm here. Stone Sanctuary is below here. And you know what? I might actually keep Shape of Un for this. I think Shape of Un could be quite handy. You're hoping for a limited edition Metroid one. Oh, that'd be nice. See, part of me does want to hold out for a special edition just because I've never had a special edition console. But also, my Switch that I'm playing on now, it's 8 years old. It's getting up there in age. The fan sounds like a jet engine. I just want a new one. And I want to play the new Mario Kart. And money burns a hole in my pocket. I am incapable of saving it. So I was like, you know what? Let's just spend it all on the Switch too. But what I am doing is not getting rid of my Switch 1 Pro controller. I know it still works on the Switch 2. That I am going to wait for a special edition for, because they've done some really nice special edition Switch 1 Pro controllers. One in particular, I'm gutted that I wasn't able to buy because I couldn't afford it and I already had one. I'm not getting burnt by that again. There is a Fool Eater there. I saw you. Can't hide from me, mister. Oh god, here we go. I despise this place. If I'm not actively going for 100%, I never come here. Welcome to the Stone Sanctuary, another sub-area of Greenpath. There's a toy show at the end of the month, so you're saving for that. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, gotta save your money for that. There might be something really good that you want. Okay, so down here is, I believe, our third Warrior Dream. This one is called No Eyes, because as you can see, despite how cartoony it is, its eyes are deep and dark, and there is stuff leaking out of it. This guy ripped his own eyes out. My child, can you still see? Please don't hurt me. Can't sleep with your eyes open, little one. Can't dream if you're still breathing, little one. Precious children, you speak such loathsome things as you sleep. Your claws scratch and scrape. Precious children, a monster has come for us in the dark. Will you sing for me? So, I'm just gonna let you listen to this one. I'm not a fan of that boss. Because it just doesn't really feel like a boss fight. It doesn't do anything. It just teleports around while you dodge really, really erratic, annoying to dodge projectiles. I'll give it points for the creepy music, though. I'm not sure I'd say it's the hardest of the Warrior Dreams, but it's definitely a contender for the most annoying. One by one, the rides closed at last. I felt it, a warm stillness falling over us. I'm sorry I was frightened of you. You were always protecting us, even when we couldn't see you. Take us there, please. A place where light cannot haunt us. A place without dreams. Please. So, the lore implication of No Eyes here is not that No Eyes just tore... I'm not sure if it's a he or a her. Not just that they tore their own eyes out, but they also killed all of these children that they were watching over to protect them from dreaming. Now, if you've played the game before, you know what dreaming means. You know why they shouldn't be dreaming. But if you haven't, that's kind of like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? So yeah, a lot of dark stuff going on here. I really like the lore surrounding No Eyes. I love dark, creepy stuff like that. It's just a shame that the actual fight is really annoying. Hold on, there's a dead end there. What's in the dead end? Nothing. Okay, there is nothing in the dead end. Is there anything in that dead end? No, that is a trap. Okay. There is something here. Aha! A mask shard, I believe. Okay, when I get the chance, I need to go back to Dirtmouth and buy another one. And then does this just loop back round? Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can leave this godforsaken place. Coming out of there just makes me realise how much I appreciate the light. It's radiant. Okay, right, so over to the left is the last thing I want to do here in Greenpath. My boy Massive Moss Charger isn't here anymore. That's a shame. I like Massive Moss Charger, he's funny. Is there anything? No, that's not a platform. I believe I may have already gotten what's up here, but I'm going to check anyway. Oh, it's a soul totem. Might as well get that then. I'll take the soul, thank you. Oh, hello. There's some Geo down there that I missed. No Fool Eater? That surprises me. I guess the little bush guy was supposed to be the trap, but he kind of announces himself before he comes out. So he doesn't make for a very good trap. Right. Need to be careful not to get hit by these guys, because I'm going to need all of the HP that I can get. There we go. Right, so... got another tricky platforming section here. I believe I've already done the first part of this. This part's not so bad, because I can swim in the acid now. But I'm pretty sure it gets replaced with spikes later on. Could be misremembering that and kind of combining it with the other one. I always do get these two platforming sections mixed up, because they are literally... one's above, one's below. But otherwise they're basically in the same spot. Okay, so, is there anything over this side? No, but I do hear something. What have we got up here? Hold on, let me just, yeah. Oh, hey, a vessel fragment. Nice. Okay, 2 more of those, and I can get another vessel. Let's just open that back up. Nothing there. Let's keep pressing forward. Though once our lands, a pale being lays claims to the caverns ahead. It may appear benevolent, but it does not share our dream. Be wary to wander that place. Okay, guess I'm not going any further. I thought I could do more of this. I guess not. Hold on, I hear something funky. What was that noise? I don't remember there being anything here. No, there's not, huh. Must have been my imagination. Right, so... I said that I was coming to Greenpath, because from Greenpath you can reach Fog Canyon. And that is true. And I do want to go to Fog Canyon. It is where the next streamer is located. But... technically, I can't reach the part of Fog Canyon that I need to reach from this side of Fog Canyon. So, basically, I'm just going to be cutting through to get to the stag station and going back to Dirtmouth and then coming down from the crossroads. So, I lied to you. I just wanted to go to Greenpath first because I like Greenpath. I just wanted to make it seem like I planned everything out in a really clever way. Now, this room really annoys me. Because I can hear Cornifer. I know that the map for Fog Canyon is in this room. I've never been able to find it. You can't get it from this side because there's this weird, funky shadow barrier in the way. But even from the other side, I've never been able to find him. So I've always just had to wait for him to leave and to sell the map in his wife's store. Okay, I believe I've got what's over there. I want to say that I've cleared out most of what I can do on this side of Fog Canyon. You get in the water. Well, it's not really water, it's acid, but it might as well be water for me. Okay, that is definitely a breakable wall, but I think it might be only breakable from the other side. Oh, actually, I might be able to do something over here now. I don't think there's much I can do because it connects to a later area that I don't want to go to yet. But there might be something I can grab now while I'm passing through. I do believe it is technically possible to get through here without Isma's Tear. If you are super precise with your timing, you can land on this little bit of ledge here and use the Crystal Dash and shoot across. There's another place where you can do this to skip the Royal Waterways. That one is a lot easier than this one. This one I've never been able to do. Okay, yeah, I don't want to go any further this way. I know where this is. This is not somewhere that I need to be worrying about for a long, long time. Okay, right. Down to the stag station then. Oh, actually, hold on. I think, now that I have the mantis claw, I can actually go talk to Willow again. I might not be able to do this now. Okay, no. It is possible to get up to where Willow is eating. I thought I could do it now, I guess not. Did I get the mask shard in here? I did. That is the slight problem with having like a week and a half between streams, is you forget what you've done. Okay, right, back to Dirtmouth then. Because I'm going to buy that mask shard. Get myself another mask. Hey, Elderbug. That lovely young lad. Oh, I've read that dialogue before. Okay, gimme, 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 gimme. Only 150 geo. Nice. No point buying the vessel fragment now because I've only got one, so it'd basically be a waste of money. And he's given me another one. But again, I've not got any now, so there's no point. Right, I guess I can go see the Grub Father while I'm here. See if he's got any more rewards for me. And then I think I'd like to go see Salubra. Because I'd like to show off some more charms. Speaking of charms, I should head to a bench. While I'm in a relatively safe area, I would like to show off Joni's Blessing. Oh, hold on. While I'm here, did I do this last time? I don't believe I did. There is an essence tree here. Oh, I hate the Gruzzers. Ugh. They move so erratically, it's really annoying. I have a really hard time telling what way they're going to go. I feel like I do get hit more by these simple enemies than the more complicated ones. Because the more complicated ones have tells for how they move. Whereas the simple ones just kind of do whatever the hell they feel like. Okay, that was just my own stupidity. I can't really blame anyone for that but me. I do have a habit of just dashing prematurely. It's a real problem. Oh, no. Hold on, is there? I thought maybe there was a hidden wall. Sometimes there are just secrets that aren't really anything particularly important. And some of them I remember where they are, and some I like half remember. I might be thinking of somewhere else. Anyway, that was that essence tree done, I believe. How much essence am I on now? 529. I might be able to get a new reward for that. That said, though, I don't really want to go and take the Stagways again. Right now, I kind of just want to do what I'm here to do and work my way down towards Fog Canyon. Okay, he's giving me a lot of money here. And a couple of rewards here. So, what do we have? We have a rancid egg. Thanks, mate. That's exactly what I wanted. And a Haloness seal. That is much better, thank you. Oh, I love these guys. Look how many of them there are now. Again, I'm gonna hint. If anyone wants to buy me a gift, I would love a Grub plushie. I know they exist. And I want one. No pressure though, you know, you don't have to. But if you did, you'd be my favourite person in the whole world. Okay, so... yeah, I'd like to quickly head over to Salubra before I go anywhere. While I'm this way and while I have this much money, I'm trying to decide if it's worth going to see Leg Eater as well. Because I could pick up Fragile Heart and Fragile Strength. This is not the way I wanted to go. Where I wanted to go was down here. Not in the spikes. That is not where I wanted to go. But I wanted to very briefly show off Journey's Blessing. I believe I mentioned what it did last time. I don't believe I showed it. But I'd like to demonstrate why it's a charm I'm not particularly that fond of. Oh! Oh, I forgot about these two. So now I'm here, they've stopped whispering amongst themselves, and they won't speak to me. But I can read their thoughts. Another weak one. I suggest it try its nail within the Colosseum, though it'd no doubt be squashed in an instant. And what about this one? Oh, they share the same thoughts. Are they the same being? They might be. That is odd. That is very odd. Right, Journey's Blessing, that's what I was going to do. So, let's get rid of Grub Song and that. How many does Journey's Blessing take? 4, okay. Let's go. Since my soul is basically freed up for spells now that I don't need to heal, I might as well get Soul Catcher. So yeah, Journey's Blessing, basically you get like however many masks that is. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I want to say 10 from a quick count there. But the catch is that they are all Lifeblood masks. So if you take damage, you cannot heal. It's a very powerful but very risky charm. Not one I really tend to like using. Oh, Blunter, you do need to play this game. This game is amazing. If you like exploration, you'd love it. If you like world building and environmental storytelling, you'll love it. If you like fun boss fights with fast-paced gameplay, you'll love it. If you like platformers, you'll love it. There's just so much to love in this game. It combines so many different things really effortlessly. Right, Salubra, what do you have for me? Let's have a look-see. Lifeblood Heart. Okay, I could buy that one. I'm going to buy a Charm Notch first. You think you got as far as the Fog Canyon and gave up? Oh, if you mean the first time, then yeah, that's pretty early on. That is before you get Mantis Claw, though. And I feel like it's after that point where the game really opens up. I think Quick Focus is probably the best of these left. So I think I'm going to buy 3 more and I can afford that. But by the time I've bought 3 more, I won't be able to afford it. So, let's go. Yeah, let's get Quick Focus. So this is a charm I actually like quite a bit. It's not too expensive. It's better than Deep Focus. Basically, it's quite simple. It just speeds up the amount of time it takes to heal. So if I pair that with, I believe, Shape of Un, you can actually move really fast now. You don't get to move like that for long because the healing doesn't take that long, but it's a really fun combo. I don't tend to use that combo, I tend to just use Quick Focus by itself. With it equipped, during boss healing windows, you can actually heal twice, which is quite nice. So it can be a nice clutch during difficult boss fights. I don't tend to use it as much these days, just because I'm better at the game than I used to be, but it certainly has its uses. Right, I would like to quickly head to the stag station, because if I'm remembering correctly, I think there's someone that shows up there now. Why can Hollow Knight crawl? Because he has a magical charm that allows him to do so. He should really give it to Metroid. It's not fair that he can crawl and she can't. Oh, yeah, so after getting the Dream Nail, sometimes you just randomly get essence from enemies. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I forgot that that was a thing. Ah, here we go. Tiso is here. Yeah, pale thing. You use these old lines? Pathetic. A real warrior carries himself to combat. He has no need for such convenience. Alright then. Snob. One of these days, I'd like to see your real warrior prowess. See if you can walk the walk, because you can certainly talk the talk. Okay, right, onwards to Fog Canyon then. It's going to be a little while before I come back to the crossroads, and there is a good reason for that you will understand the next time I come back. Right, so down here is Fungal Wastes. Did I want to go see Leg Eater? I don't really have the money for him now, so I'm going to give him a miss. I don't really tend to use the Fragile Charms that much outside of Steel Soul. Just because, as I said, I'm a little bit more reckless, and I do tend to break them. Okay, so here is a secret tunnel. You're supposed to get Isma's Tear from the Royal Waterways so you can get down here and it connects back up to Fog Canyon. However, it is possible, but very difficult. I'm just going to get rid of you because you're going to be a problem. It is possible to... I'm not too concerned if I can't show this off, but it would be fun if I can. I have done it a few times. Oh, I nearly had it there. Right, might be easier coming from there. Just a short, tiny little hop. Is this what madness looks like? I hear a grub. I'm sure I've saved the grub from here. Yeah, I have. I think I'm going mad. Or maybe it's noises from outside getting picked up by my mic and being played back to me. Could be that. These are your favourite parts of the streams? What, where I keep trying and failing to do something? Okay, I'm not convinced that I'm able to do this. This is a lot harder to do when you don't have Isma's Tear and you die as soon as you hit the acid. Hey, car keys! Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? So how do you do this when you only get a few attempts before you die? Well, when you get down to 1 health, you run away like a little bitch back to the bench and heal, and then you try again. Or, if you're an actual speedrunner, you're good at this and you do it in 1 attempt. I am not a speedrunner, as you can probably tell from this gameplay. Oh, nearly there. Okay, if I jump from here, then maybe. That might do it. I was able to do this pretty consistently at one point. Okay, I've got a theory. And I'm totally going to John here with this theory. But it's a theory. So I think the acid behaves slightly differently depending on if you have the tier or not. Because if you watch what my little knight is doing... Oh, I can't play and zoom in. Okay. If you watch what my knight is doing very closely, as he gets above the surface of the acid, he kind of magnetizes down into it so he can swim. He doesn't do that when the acid is a hazard. He just hits it normally and dies. So I think, because the window you want to hit is about this height here, so you're basically skimming the acid. I think that without Isma's tier, you can slide down just enough to do that. But with it, I'm being pulled down into the acid, so I can't do it. I mean, I don't really need to do it now that I have the tier, but still. That is my theory. Maybe someone can prove me wrong and prove that I'm just bad at the game. But I don't see any of you guys being able to do it, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm right. Why am I using that? I have full soul. Okay, right. This is the back door to Fog Canyon. Oh, and I instantly hit spikes. Okay. There's a few things to get down this way. Want to avoid these guys, because these guys are a pain. Oh, thread the needle there. I will take the Hallownest seal. Thank you very much. Oh, God, you are... Oh, that was frickin' close. Yeah, Fog Canyon is still really annoying. It always has been, it always will be. What do we have through here? Oh, hold on a minute. Yes, right, okay, this connects to Fungal Wastes. I forgot about this. I can't remember if this is a one-way connection. Oh god, hello. Oh, there's an essence tree here, okay. Might as well get this while I'm here. Okay, this is actually a fun one because of the bouncy mushrooms. Ow. Is that all of them? No, there is one more somewhere that I've missed. Is it over this way? Because they do sometimes like to do that. No. I wonder if there's a hidden breakable wall somewhere. Hold on. Oh, okay. It looked like I could maybe stand there, but I guess not. Ah! There it is. They do that sometimes. They hide it in these little corridors in and out of the room. Right, so where does this connect to? Oh yeah, the music in Fungal Wastes is really nice. Oh, okay, this is directly opposite Leg Eater. I am not interested in seeing him today. I should probably heal before I do this. Right, I need soul, so you're getting hit. Same goes for you. Alright, back to the hellscape that is Fog Canyon then. Oh boy. So those glowing orange egg things, they are bombs. That is effectively what they are. Oh shit, I hit the Uumuu. Or Uumuu, or whatever they're called. Okay, I avoided it though. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. What do we have here? Oh god. Okay. Yeah, this room. This fucking room. This room is basically a minefield. You just have to thread the needle between all of the explosives. You can get in the water. You're fine. Oh, that's a trap. That's coming back. No? Okay, it went in the acid. Lovely. Oh, God. Oh, dear God. That was stupid. I thought I was in the right position to just do it and not get hit. Okay, thread the needle. Oh, I'm out of soul. Charm notch, nice. I will take that. Oh, God, ow. Is this the way out? I'm not sure if this might be the way out. I think that's the way out. Okay. What is that way? Or is that... No, that just connects back up. Okay. I don't actually need to deal with that then. Ooh, okay, that was a ride. Ooh, okay, glad I'm done with that shit. Just desperately hoping there's not something I've missed in there. Right, okay, in this way then. I believe this is the other side of the room with Cornifer in. I like this room because I can pogo these guys into the acid and not worry about it. Get all of this lovely, lovely soul. There are dead bodies here and they've been overgrown by all of the plant life. Isn't that a nice thought? That's going to happen to us one day. One day we will be dead in the ground and the plants will use our body to grow. I'm not sure what plants I would like to grow. I think there's a few potentially interesting different options. Okay, so I think I might be able to get up to Cornifer if I pogo correctly here, but this is going to be a one-shot, basically. If I fuck this up, I'm not going to have another chance. I've fucked it up. I don't know why they insist on making the map for this area so difficult to get. It's a lot easier to get with a later power-up, but by the time you have that power-up, he's gone. So it is a little bit like, well, I'm going to put a marker anyway, just in case. But it's a little bit like, well, what the fuck? What's the point? Why? It's a map. If it was a collectible, I'd be like, okay. Make it something you've got to come back for or get if you're really skilled. But it's the map. I mean, Fog Canyon is not exactly a big area. I don't really need the map, but still. It bugs me that I don't have it. Ow. Right, there's acid down there. You can get out of here. Oh, never mind. Ow. I thought I was safe. Just gonna hide behind this plant, don't mind me. Okay, no acid here for these two. Something in the ceiling? I want to say there is, actually. No, okay, there's not. One of these rooms definitely does have a breakable wall really high up like that. It might be this one, actually. There it is. Not breakable, it's just a secret room. There we go. Get out of here, little grub. Be free, my friend. Anyway, speaking of friends, look who it is. It's Squirrel. Doesn't this kingdom just abound with surprises? A building atop an acid lake. Despite the sight, I can't help but feel familiarity. Something stirs in my mind, though I can't yet tell what. I'd thought it my lust for discovery that led me here, but now there seems something else. This building beckons me. Well, it beckons me too, buddy. Because if I had the compass equipped, you'd be able to see that I am right on top of the first Dreamer. Let's go. I said I was going to get one today, and I won't be a liar. Welcome to the Teacher's Archives. This is kind of like a little dungeon, basically. It's not a particularly long one, but it's pretty neat. It's a cool thing. I'm glad that it exists. Well, not really, because what's in here is really annoying, but that's beside the point. So I'm just going to go for kind of a heal build here. A bit of a spell build as well. Yeah, so I think Grub Song for some extra soul. Actually, maybe... No, Soul Catcher for extra soul. Shaman Stone for the extra power. And then... Actually, no, thinking about it. Grub Song would be better as a way to get soul. Quick Focus to heal, and then... The Sprint Master can't hurt, actually. Okay, right, let's descend into the archives. If it's not in the archives, then it doesn't exist. So this place is basically the same as the outside. It just looks nicer, or worse, depending on your preference. I quite like the architecture here. It's very, it kind of reminds me of, like, steampunk a little bit. With, like, all the gold and all the, like, sciencey stuff. But it's kind of old-fashioned-y. There's a few different routes through this place, but they're basically all the same. They're just different ways of getting to the same place. There's not really anything hidden in either of them. And it all leads here. There's a big guy down here. This is Uumuu. And I'm going to be honest, Uumuu might be the worst boss in the game. Every game has to have one. Even a game as good as this, with as good boss fights as this. And Uumuu is certainly a contender. It basically has two attacks. They're annoying to avoid, but not, like, hard. And you can't hurt it until the boss decides that you can hurt it. You've got to wait for Quirrell, basically. It's a very annoying fight. One of my least favourites in the game. Right, come on, Quirrell. Now, fighting against Quirrell fighting with Quirrell, sorry, is a really cool idea for a boss. Like, Hollow Knight is really good at having you meet various characters throughout the game and going on, like, a little journey with them. And this is a really nice culmination to Quirrell's journey, actually fighting a boss together with him. But the way it's implemented is not the best. It's just not particularly engaging. Okay, here we go. Not sure if that actually did more DPS than just hitting him 3 times would have done. Maybe if I charge it in advance. Now this is a really good fight for using nail arts because you can just charge it while you're moving. Oh god, or you can get hit. And you can fuck it up, lovely. Quirrell can be the ice beam. I'll allow it. Yeah, this thing basically is just a big Metroid. God. You really have to be careful with how you tap yourself around the arena here. Because it is possible to just trap yourself. As I've done a few times this fight. Basically, you just want to keep doing a big circle. Okay, there we go. Okay, please be nearly dead, Uumuu. Okay, we're open. Got him, nice. Sometimes he can take really, really long. And it's annoying. Thankfully, he wasn't too bad there. Alright, deeper we go. King Light. AEM. Growth. In-kind, flow, all think, Enfield. Old Light, M. Essence, M. Dream, M. Ungrowth. O. End think, Abba. King Light. Ch Old Light, Themkin. Och. Think flow, Abba Dream, Uncontain. Thur. Ungrowth, End Life. Not gonna pretend to know what that means. Right. Uumuu was merely the guard. Uumuu is not the dreamer. It's time to go and meet the dreamer. In this lovely looking giant test tube here. Something glows within the tank. Did she call to you too then? I realize it's no coincidence we arrived together. Though much of my memory is blank, this place I recall. Within these chambers, the teacher sought to store the kingdom's knowledge, and at its core, she stored herself. To save Hallownest, the teacher willingly became a seal, but upon herself she enacted an additional protection. Though I cannot recall its happening, I played a part in that feat. She called me here, now, to reverse that protection, all in aid of you. So that hat he's been wearing was actually her mask. And it was blocking his memories until he needed them. Hey, Googs, thank you for the raid. How are you doing today? Let's give you a quick shout out. You didn't copy the raid message properly. Oh no, rookie mistake. What were you streaming? Age of Calamity. Ooh, interesting. Relevant game this year because it's getting a sequel. A game that I have a very mixed relationship with, I will admit. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I do love the Warriors games. They are very satisfying to play. Anyway, I would like you guys to take in Awakening a Dreamer. Monomon the Teacher has been awoken, and now she's dead. I really, really like how the game handles the Dreamers. They're not boss fights as you may initially believe. They're basically just an interactive cutscene. But I like that it's interactive because it allows you to play that moment rather than just watching it. You're not just watching the Night Awaken the Dreamer, you're doing it yourself. Plus, you know, they're not there to fight you. They are just a seal, and they've realised that the seal needs to be broken, so they allow you to do it. And the music is just suitably majestic. I think it fits the moment very well. Anyway, let's see what Quirrell has to say about all of this. The madam's life is extinguished, and with it her seal breaks. It's a heavy thing you attempt, but I've seen your prowess up close, and she too believed you capable. Be on your journey then, and allow me rest a time. With the deed complete, I begin to feel my age. I'll be seeing you around, Quirrell. You take care. I've got places to be. So, it's going to be a little while before I wake the other two dreamers. And that's for a few reasons. One of them is far, far away in the furthest depths of Deep Nest. I could technically get there now. I don't think I need any more power-ups to get there. But it's not a place that I particularly want to go right now. I do not feel strong enough to deal with it. The other one requires power-ups that I don't have yet. Because there is an entire bottom third of the map that we've not even seen yet. We have no inkling of what's down there. Well, you guys don't. I do, because I've played it before. So, the next main goal for me is going to be to descend through Deep Nest towards the bottom of the map and start picking up some of the late-game power-ups that I would like to get before I attempt the further two dreamers. Before all of that, though, I would like to head over to Fungal Wastes, because there is stuff there that I would like to collect. A tank filled with charged Lumaflies. Nice, let's get that added. And there's another one of these weird tablets here. Of absence, their abundant shell, outer o inner. Place in absence the void liquid substance, o weave, absence inner o shell, outer their matter. Peer, void vessel, absence all outer contain. I think I actually know what that one's talking about, believe it or not. That one's actually kind of spells out some of the most important lore in the game. But if you don't know that lore, you're not going to interpret that. So you played some Breath of the Wild, played AOC, and some Smash. Nice. Sounds like you had a pretty good time then. Alright, let's get out of the archives. Okay, this is a dangerous route. I should not have come this way. There's a reason I usually go down to the right. Ugh. Okay, right, let's take a quick look at my charms before I leave. What charms would I like for the Fungal Wastes? Got a lot of slots to spare now. I'm thinking... Oh, Spore Shroom is always useful, because I can talk to the mushrooms. I can learn what they're thinking. Honestly, Shape of Un, actually, for what's coming up might be quite useful. And then Quick Focus as well for that. And then... I'm going to go... Soul Catcher, why not? Let's go for a bit of a spell build here. You wanted to play Age of Calamity for a while now, and finally decided to give it a shot. Yeah, I think the gameplay, provided you're not playing the DLC, is great. The DLC, unfortunately, emphasizes all of the worst aspects of the game, I would say. It's definitely not as good as the original Hyrule Warriors DLC. The story... I think if they'd been honest about what it was when they advertised the game, I think I'd like the story a lot more. But I was sold on getting something that the game simply isn't, and I will always resent it a little bit for that. I think the story we get isn't bad, and it has a lot of nice character moments, but it's just not what I was led to believe I was getting. Okay, so Fog Canyon took me a grand total of about 15 minutes. I was hoping it would be a little bit longer than that. I don't know that I'm going to spend all that much time in Fungal Wastes. But if I finish Fungal Waste too quickly, it means I have to go to Deep Nest today, and I don't want to go to Deep Nest. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's a very weird noise from outside. Okay, right. I think... Hold on, let me look at the map. That, I believe I've already done. But I'm going to check and go past that way anyway. That, I don't think I can do. And then that just connects up to... I don't think there's really much I can do in the Fungal Waste right now, actually. So I probably am going to have to go to Deep Nest. Oh, boy. That'll be fun. There's something there I can do. That's kind of the main reason why I'm coming back this way. But a lot of this I've already done. I might stop by... I know I said I wasn't going to see him today. But I might go and stop by a Leg Eater and see if I can buy some charms. Might as well have a quick look while I'm here. Ow. Yeah, I totally understand that and wish games stopped doing that. It's not so bad in the console market, but like the mobile market, which I work in, has a lot of just straight up lies in their advertising, and it really annoys me. Fair enough, Sam. I will see you later. Enjoy whatever it is you're off to go and do, if it's something that you can enjoy. If not, I hope whatever it is isn't too painful. Have a good evening. That was a really awkward way to say have a good evening, wasn't it? Yeah, I think I've done this. Yes, I have. Okay. That's why you say don't die. It's a very good thing to say that. No one wants anyone to die. Okay. You know, what I'm thinking that I should have done is, before I progress further into Fungal Wastes, is use some of this free time I've bought myself to go to the resting grounds, because I'm pretty sure I can get another reward from the Seer. And there's also something there that I'd like to show off that would kind of put a bit of a coda on the whole Fog Canyon, Monomon the Teacher Quirrell thing. And then I will head further into Fungal Wastes. Yes, I am trying to put off going to Deep Nest today. I don't think I'm going to be successful. Alright, come on then, Mr. Stag. Let's go to the resting grounds. Although saying that, actually, I do have an extra stream tomorrow. Touch wood, if all goes well. So maybe I just make today a slightly shorter stream and save myself for tomorrow. Because I'm really not... A Deep Nest is great when you're ready for it. I'm really not in the mood for Deep Nest today. I think you have to run as well, have to shower to get through. Lovely being able to raid in again, though. That's fair enough, Googs. Thank you for the raid once again, and I hope you enjoy your shower, and I hope you have a good rest of the day. Hello, Seer? Ah, Wielder, you've returned. Let me have a look at the dream nail. So, you've collected 300 essence. Yes, I can see the dreams of this old kingdom are starting to cling to you. Very encouraging. You've certainly made my dreary work here more exciting. Being the caretaker of this place hasn't been very stimulating. I shouldn't complain, though. Tending these graves and guiding the Wielder. All penitence for old crimes. Certain things have to be kept in balance. Take this trinket for your efforts, and return with 500 essence. Keep up your tireless work. Oh, I forgot he gives you one of those. Okay, that is a pale ore. That is the material that you need to upgrade your nail. I am glad that I came here now before going down to Deep Nest, because I can go and get the second upgrade with that, and I'm definitely going to go do that. Ah, 500 essence. You're a master in the making. Well done, well done. I have a small reward for you. Plucked from one of my most precious memories, this charm will bring you and the Dream Nail closer together still. The secrets of this kingdom won't be able to hide from you any longer. Take it and return once you have collected 700 essence. More gifts await you. Dream Wielder. Ooh, right, so I believe I've mentioned before that Hollow Knight received 4 essentially free DLC packs or updates. The first of those was the Hidden Dreams update. Hold on, I'm going to go in another room where the seer isn't making weird noises and distracting me. So, Hidden Dreams doesn't really have a central quest or essential anything to it, really. It just added a bunch of nice features and additions, and most of it was tied into the dream mechanic. I believe Dream Wielder and many of the other rewards you can get from the seer were added in this update. Because initially, when the game first launched, he really didn't give you too much. But now, he's got quite a lot of rewards that he can give you. So, Dream Wielder, what does that do again? Ah, yes, so... Okay, that's actually a pretty interesting one. Once I'm out of... I'll probably shut it off next time then, maybe. I don't really want to mess around with my layout here too much. But basically, it makes your Dream Nail faster and allows you to collect more soul from it. It's quite useful, actually. It definitely has its uses. Certain boss fights are really, really effective with it. Right, I believe King's Station is probably the fastest way to get to the Nailsmith. Don't want to deal with you today. Might as well pop in and see Lem while I'm going this way. Get myself some more money. Oh my god, I'm getting absolutely hammered here. Oh, hello, Len. Oh, what are you doing out in this miserable downpour? Impressive fountain, isn't it? I'm sure we'd be able to appreciate it more if we weren't both getting drenched. That night up there was an important one. The plaque here mentions its sacrifice, which carries something of an ominous tone. Probably met some sort of horrible end, though it sounds like the knight's goals may have been achieved in the process. In all the relics I've collected, I've yet to find a clue as to what that was. I've just realised, now that I'm in the City of Tears, there was one other thing that I wanted to do in the resting ground that I forgot to do. I got distracted by the pale ore. I'll go back and do that in just a second. Okay, right. Got a Wanderer's Journal. A Wanderer's Journal. It's quite incredible how many of these you've collected. You must have travelled the breadth of the kingdom to accrue such a haul. A Hallownest Seal. You're a talented collector, alright? The best I've met. If you keep at it, I'll worry I'll run out of space in the shop. A Hallownest Seal. Okay, he's just repeating. Then we've got 3 King's Idols here. A King's Idol, eh? Hallownest King was an elusive figure deified by the citizens. With the king rarely seen, worship was offered through these idols. There's an expert craft to them. Few alive could match this skill. A King's Idol? If you look closely, each of these idols is subtly different. There are fine engravings about them that take some time to decipher. I suspect each was tailored to the owner, A personalized symbol of the king's omnipotence. Another king's idol? Have you visited the remnants of his palace? It's down below the city in the bedrock of the kingdom. Must have been an impressive sight in its time. Now there's nothing left. It's a strange thing, though. There are no signs of conflict around the area. It's as though the whole place just vanished. Looks like you don't have any relics on you. If you manage to find any in good condition, bring them to me, and I'll give you a fair amount of geo for them. Oh, 5,000 geo. Okay, that's a nice amount. Let's hope I don't die in a stupid way and lose it all. I would put it in the bank, but the bank is a thief. Do have something to spend it on here, though. You know, I could probably actually go back to Salubra and buy a bunch of those charms. That's not a bad shout, actually. I don't want to buy too many at once, though, because I'm trying to show them all off. And if I have, like, 4 different ones to show off, I'm going to lose track of which ones I've shown. Okay, I probably should have put Dreamwheeler on for coming here, and then swapped it back out for Spore Shroom when I was done. Oh well. Right, let's get this upgrade. Oh, you've returned. I see you have some pale ore, a rare fine metal that. Give me the ore and some geo for my efforts, and I'll reforge your nail to make it stronger. Yeah, let's do it. As you wish, I'll get to work then. There we go, the reforging is complete. I've added a channel to your nail. It should cut much more efficiently. You'll find it stronger than it used to be. Head out there and test its blade against your foes. Okay, I feel so much more prepared for Deep Nest now. Not that I particularly want to go there today, but looking at the time, I don't think I'm going to be able to stretch this out long enough to not go there. Even with finishing early. I might just have to accept that I'm going, whether I like it or not. Right, back to the resting grounds. Oh, hello. I forgot about you two. That was a bit of a cheap shot. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, back to the resting grounds then. God, what are you doing there? Oh my god, I love Shape of Un. It's funny. Oh, it's funny and it's cute. Hello, big boy. Okay, I've got that. Nothing I can delay the stream with there. God, I really just am going to have to go, aren't I? Oh, no. I don't want to go. I don't like it there. It's dark and scary. And there are creepy things in it. Okay, right. Something that's not creepy, though. Hold on. Let's put, well, bit premature with the good luck there, Blunter. Still a little while before I'm going there. Just, I'm hoping that it's at least half an hour, and then I can go, you know what, let's just do a 2-hour stream today. But if I finish up before I hit that half an hour mark, I think I'm just going to have to go. Just going to have to bite the bullet. Sunrise stream. No, I need to be well rested tomorrow. I have not slept very well this week, and I need to be up to make sure I'm awake in time for my special delivery tomorrow. Alright, so let's head over to the Blue Lake. And then I'll find someone to show Dream Wielder on. Mario Kart stream tomorrow. That is the plan, yes. This is not the Blue Lake. It's below here. Okay. I guess I'm finding an enemy first, then. Yeah, I'll talk about the plans for the Mario Kart stream tomorrow at the end of stream today, I think. I've got a bit of an idea of what I'd like to do. Okay, you are dangerous, but you'll do. So, actually no, you'll do. So that is much faster, and it also has a bit of knockback on it, and you'll get soul for doing it. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it definitely has its uses. And if you use it well, it's basically an infinite source of soul. Because you can collect soul without killing the enemies. But I'm not very good with it. There are certain boss fights where it's very helpful. There's one in particular that I'm thinking of, but yeah, we won't be seeing that one today. Anyway, now that the business with Monomon is concluded, Quirrell's come to the Blue Lake to relax and reflect. Again, we meet my short friend. Here at last, I feel at peace. Twice I've seen this world, and though my service may have stripped the first experience from me, I'm thankful I could witness its beauty again. Hallownest is a vast and wondrous thing, but with as many wonders as it holds, I've seen none quite so intriguing as you. Ha! My flattery returns only silent stoicism. I like that. I like that very much. Incredible. It's been nice to get to know you, Quirrell. Let's just sit with you for a moment and enjoy the ambience of the Blue Lake. It may literally just be a texture of water, but this is a very nice looking area. And I love this little moment with Quirrell. Quirrell is one of my favourite characters in this game. Now, the characters in this game aren't particularly deep. It's not that kind of game. But Quirrell is nice, and of the various characters that you journey with throughout the game and see multiple times, he's one of the few that isn't hostile to you. He's friendly from the get-go, he has interesting things to say about each of the areas, and then he ties into the main story quite nicely. He's just a pleasant guy. And the game wouldn't be the same without him. Anyway, I'll be seeing you later, Quirrell. Unfortunately, though, no, I won't be. Because once you leave and come back, Quirrell's gone. He leaves behind his nail. It's left quite ambiguous what happens to Quirrell. Some people believe that with his task complete, his memories restored, and presumably his age getting quite up there, that he quite contently dies with his purpose complete. Other people believe that he felt that he didn't need his nail anymore, that he knew how to explore the world without it and not get into too much danger, and left on another journey. I like to believe that he's still out there somewhere, living his best life. I don't want to believe that he's dead. And I will keep believing that he's not, unless we ever get confirmation that he is. But with Silksong being set in a completely different kingdom, with a character that only interacted with Quirrell in a prequel comic, I very much doubt we will ever get that confirmation. Sometimes things just need to be left as a mystery. I'll miss you, Quirrell. You're one of my favourites. Maybe one day we'll get a Quirrell game. Though probably not, because everyone keeps asking for Zote after Hornet. Right, let's head back to the Fungal Waste then. I've basically done everything that I want to do here. Don't really feel like visiting Salubra now. Don't have too many charms that I want to show off at the moment. Okay, Queen Station it is then. And let's get that Spore Shroom back on. I can't wait till I have another upgrade and I don't need to do this sort zigzag in this room. It's quite annoying. Oh, I can deal with these guys in one hit now. Nice. Not those guys, though. They did require 3, they now require 2. I love feeling more powerful. It's rewarding. I love his bouncy head. He's a fun enemy. Yeah, I don't really want to go see Leg Eater. Actually, these charms are fairly simple. They're not exactly complex to show off, so... I mean, you kind of just get the gist of what they do. One gives you more health, one increases your attack power. They're very, very basic, just quite powerful. So I will buy them, but I don't think it matters that much if I remember to show them off. There's definitely a part of the game where they'll be quite useful, so I'll definitely be showing them off then. But I might as well get them now while I'm here. Just don't want to risk breaking them at the moment, though. Thankfully, they don't break if you die while they're not equipped. You don't have to worry about that, because that would make them really suck. Right, down towards Mantis Village then. Right, I believe it's down at the bottom here on the right. That's where I want to go, yes. This looks like the place. It's time for the second warrior dream of the stream and my 4th one overall. This is Elder Who. The joke is Elder Who, because no one knows who he is. Wait, child, why have you come here? Have you come to tame this savage, ruined land? Many have come to purify this place, but all who dwell here are eventually consumed. Yes, even the wild bugs lurking below us. They were once proud like you, but now they are only monsters. Beware dreams of glory, child. Turn back and do not return. So, he's kind of a little bit racist. Because the mantises are not monsters. They are still proud warriors. They just killed him. Because he went into their territory like an idiot and probably started spouting bullshit like that. Let's fight him. Hey, Joe, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Your dad works at Team Cherry. It's out Friday. Nice. Can't wait. So, Elder Who, like most Warrior Dreams, only really has 2 attacks. And you basically just have to position yourself or time yourself to avoid them, which I'm not very good at. Thankfully, he has quite a few healing windows. And this is why I wanted Spore Shroom, because I could just have him fly through the clouds and damage him. Plus, you know, mushroom lore. Ow. That attack is quite annoying to avoid. Got to time it basically perfectly. Thankfully, he has so many opportunities to heal that he's not particularly hard. There we go. Shouldn't have too many more hits left on him. He's not exactly a difficult boss. Ow. There we go. Come on, you've got to be nearly done. You've got to be nearly done, surely. There we go, got him. I'm doing very well, thank you, Joe. I'm excited for tomorrow. I know you are, because you won't stop going on about it. Very excited to play the new Mario Kart. My mind, it clears. Have you been sleeping, child? Ah, remember. Those proud lords. Were they truly monsters? I remember their eyes now, bright and clear. Why then did I fear them so? If there was madness in that village, it was I who brought it. They were right to cast me out. When I attacked, they were right to. They were right to kill. To kill me? Ah. Okay, not quite the 700 that I needed, but it'll do. Your tracking updated at 8 PM. Nice. Good to hear. Hopefully that will reassure you a little bit that it is definitely coming. Okay. I don't think there's too much else I can do in the Wastes right now. I think it's literally just Elder Who. If I hadn't already fought the Mantis Lords, this would be sort of the most natural point to fight them. And that would then open the way down into Deep Nest. But I've already fought them, so I can't use the boss fight to delay the stream. Balls. Okay, it's not really anything to do in the City of Tears right now. Am I going to do an unboxing on stream? Probably not, because there's a lot of setup that I need to do to then actually play on the console. Like, you know, transfer all of my Switch save data and stuff like that. And that's going to take a few hours, I imagine, so there wouldn't really be time to unbox and do all of that and then play the game. So I'm just going to do all of that in my own time. I believe Other Ben is planning on doing an unboxing, though, so if you want that sort of content, definitely keep an eye out on him. I believe he said he'd be posting that on the Discord at some point tomorrow. You know what? Since I've basically given him a shout out there, for anyone who may be lurking who doesn't know who Other Ben is, there is his channel. He has just finished up a playthrough of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which was good fun to watch, and he's playing a Dragon Quest game next, I think. Oh no, I don't need to attack you. You're not an enemy, are you? Hold on. I think the way down is in the middle of this room, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Right, let's get to the bench at the bottom of the village. And then I've got to decide what I'm doing. Fair enough, Joe. That is a valid reason to not do one. Okay, so it's 14 minutes until the 2-hour mark. Cutting past 2 hours, but before 3 hours as a shorter stream doesn't feel too bad to me. I don't know, cutting before 2 hours, unless I'd finished the game, just feels... too early. But I don't really want to do Deep Nest, and there's not really anything else for me to do right at this moment. But I am also doing an extra stream tomorrow for the Mario Kart stuff, and that is definitely going to be... a full 3-hour stream, so... Considering that, and considering that my next Hollow Knight stream is on Saturday, so it's not too far away, and... yeah, I'd kind of quite like to keep Deep Nest and the areas that I'm going to be going to after it all together in one stream. They kind of link together quite well. So I think this is a good spot to call it, honestly. I think if I wasn't doing the stream tomorrow, and I wasn't so tired because I've not slept very well, I'd probably just press through into Deep Nest. I could probably get what I wanted to get done in Deep Nest done in an hour and 15 minutes. And then save the stuff after Deep Nest for the next stream. But with just the way things have worked out, I think it works out better to just end it a little bit early here. So, I want to quickly head over to the chat room just to discuss the plans for tomorrow. So, obviously, it's all depending on whenever my Switch arrives. Because, as I've said, I'm going to have to set the thing up. I've got to transfer all of the data across from my existing Switch 1. I don't know how long that's going to take. I'm not going to re-download all of my games right away, because that would take ages, but I want the save data there at least. The games, I'll download them as I'm playing them, so really the only one that I need to download right now is Hollow Knight. But it does kind of mean, though, that this is the final time that I'm going to be streaming on this bad boy with my fancy yellow Joy-Cons. Yeah, because there's really no need for me to. The Switch 2 is essentially going to replace it. I am getting rid of this Switch. This is actually going to go to my dad, because due to various issues that I don't want to get into on stream, he has a lot of spare time on his hands and gets quite bored. So I asked him if he wanted it, knowing that I was, not really going to have a need for it in the future, and he said yes. So at some point, I've got to go get him a couple of games for it. I'm going to make it a bit of a Father's Day present, but yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. That should be fun. I know he likes the Lego games and he likes Star Wars, so I'm thinking of getting him the recent Lego Star Wars, and then maybe a Mario platformer he said he wanted. Just can't decide if I want to get him Wonder or New Soup. Anyway, so, yeah, stream tomorrow obviously depends on when that arrives, because if it arrives in the evening, I'm not going to have time to get everything transferred across and set up and then stream. So I'll keep everyone posted on the Discord on what's going on. But time allowing, I'm planning to start probably somewhere between 7 and 8 in the evening tomorrow, because obviously I do have work in the day, so I wouldn't be able to stream then. But the plan for the stream is to essentially do it as a live version of my Mario Kart video series that I've been doing. So playing through all of the tracks, just giving my opinion on them. Seems like a good way to do it. And then that should only take about 2 hours, because it took me about an hour to do 16 tracks per video. There's 32 tracks. Should be about 2 hours. And then the final hour of stream will be open world exploration, and I will open that up for friends to join if they want to explore the world together, and they're playing and they have the game at that point. But yeah, anyway, that will do it for today. I don't really have too much else to talk about. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. As I literally just said, I will be back tomorrow with Mario Kart World, and then I'll be returning to Hollow Knight on Saturday, and I'll be delving into Deep Nest. Oh, I'm really not looking forward to that, but you guys will love it. Right, let's raid out, why not? Let's, Frankie's currently live. Let's head over there and say hey, because I've not actually visited her stream today. There we go. Alright then. Have a good one, guys. And I will see you tomorrow for my very first Switch 2 stream. It's going to be the start of a new era. Bye!